Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, and this is our last Board of Estimate meeting, we think, for the year, unless something comes up in an emergency tomorrow. The time is 3:13 p.m., and I call the Board of Estimate and Contract into order. And we're just going to ask you to behave. We know this is your last meeting. We know this is your last meeting before you transition over to your new duties, and we'll deal with that later, but and we'll also allow you to get the adjournment. So, okay. All right. Can you please call the roll?
Yes. Comptroller Morton,
Yeah.
Council President Brown,
Here.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Here. You gotta sound less dry. You're on my vacation day. I need to leave.
He's breathing. I'm leaving.
Oh, you're good. You gotta leave, so you.
But she's leaving. Tissue.
If you don't leave, you can please.
It helps if you suck on the candy I have. Fine. Department of Public Safety and Ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a retroactive renewal agreement with Motorola Solutions, Inc. for the installation of fixed video equipment and the provision of related services for the period July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
On the question?
Is there a reason, just a quick question. So is the reason why this is late? Done before July 1, do we know?
Well, from what I was told, this, kind of was discussed and agreed upon, but I guess the paperwork was not submitted as it was happening during the transition of leadership, from Commissioner Gibson, over to, Acting Commissioner, Oliviers. And so
They did have a PO. They just didn't.
they had a PO, but
They didn't have this step done.
this step, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just as a note though, we had talked about previously, whether it be the Corporation Counsel's office or the Comptroller's office, if there's some type of ticker or something that could give a heads up on what contracts are going to be expiring or what needs to be renewed, I think that'd make it a little bit easier for both commissioners and the council and everyone to kind of get those in order.
Okay. We'll work on it. Guess we'll have a conversation with we have a purchasing procurement person too. Ways to do that. Okay. Yeah.
Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Hi.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number two, Mayor's Office and ordinance authorizing a 6-month extension of the separation date and continuation of city contributed health benefits for Officer Derek Williams.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Hi.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Three, Comptroller and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter retroactively into a renewal lease agreement with West Help USA, Inc. for city-owned property located at 230 and 240 South Franklin Avenue, comp 2025-26.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? You wanna talk about it?
Well, I mean, this contract has been out of date for a long time. In fact, it actually expired in 2016. This now brings them up to date and also doubles the amount of lease that they actually are paying at this time.
Okay. Thank you. Roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Hi.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Under Department of Public Works, request to make partial payment. Number 4, Department of Public Works, a resolution authorizing partial payment. Number 2, for the resurfacing of various streets in the city of Mount Vernon, 2025 through 2027 to Petrillo Contracting, Inc., $227,016.49.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? Hearing none, roll call?
Comptroller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Hi.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye. I'm assuming this is CHIPS money?
chips, yeah.
Okay,
And it has to be by the sixth of February sixth.
In order to be reimbursed by March 17th. We don't have the reimbursement dates for chips after March. That'll be determined by the new state budget.
That it probably will be pushed out
mhm.
as close to.
Well, I figure we'll probably pay it close to when we could submit it.
Okay.
I move to take item 5, 6, and 7 as a block vote.
Are you trying to rush
So
the
moved. Second.
roll call?
This is to take items 4 through 7 as a block vote.
5 through 6.
Oh, sorry, 5 through 7 as a block vote. Controller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Number 5, resolution for tax settlement for Fleetwood Stores LLC, 700 Locust Avenue, $23,981.14. Number 6, resolution for tax settlement for Fleet Ridge Owners, Inc., 600 through 642 Locust Street, $76,455.78. Number 7, resolution for tax settlement for Daniela Realty, 4 and 3rd Avenue, $26,023.32.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, for me on the question, and every time we have to do tax settlements or sherries or anything of that nature, we have to, I know we've used bans for certain things. We really, are gonna have to look at using a ban to do the revow. Because this continues to be a problem and we continue to bleed because of these tax settlements, and we know that the properties are valuable. And just like, we were probably the last to do the comprehensive plan in the county, I think we are probably one of the communities that is last to do a revaluation. And our properties and land is worth so much more, but until we do that revaluation, we're going to continue to lose without planning. And, I know this is something that you're looking into. And if there is anything my office can do to be supportive of it, controller, and work with you and the assessor, please let us know.
And ditto, if there's anything that I should pass on to the council in my transition note, let me
You
know.
said that with too much pleasure.
You don't sound dry.
Really did. I think that, the assessor has been asked to kind of provide what I guess is the one estimated cost on that. We need to get that and then we can figure out what's the best way to do it. Again,
Well, then I will absolutely follow up with the assessor on my vacation day of today and Friday. Roll call.
Controller Morton,
aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Retention of land use council. 8, Law Department, retention of Carl A. Scully to serve as land use counsel for the Architectural Review Board, Zoning Board, and Planning Board.
So moved.
Second.
On the question, I just wanted to confirm publicly, what date would this take place? What date does this go into effect? Not,
January 4th.
thank you. I just wanted to say that
Yes.
for the record,
Sure.
as his current position, it would be a conflict, but as of January 4th, it is not. And I just wanted to make sure that we publicly stated that. Okay.
Okay. Was he also scheduled to be the prosecutor?
Oh, we haven't resolved that.
Oh, okay. I just thought I heard it. Okay, thank you.
The one thing I will say is that, Mr. Scully has served on the boards before. So he is not unfamiliar with the city's operations and processes. So he's just coming back, but in a different capacity as a attorney for the boards now.
And has done this type of work outside of even being on the land use board. So
Yes, ma'am.
he's not a novice to land use issues. Okay. Any other thing on the question? Okay, roll call.
Controller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
That concludes this agenda. We have another.
Yeah.
Oh, no rush.
Public is like, they're being too jovial. But and we take items number 1 through 14.
I'm gonna do another, I'm gonna do another roll call for this agenda. Can I do another roll call?
Do we need another one?
Yes.
Well, we didn't close out the last one.
I closed out the agenda, but we can't motion to end the meeting because we have two agendas.
Okay.
You got it? Thank you. Controller Morton?
Here.
Thank you. Council President Brown?
Here.
Mayor Patterson Howard?
Here,
Okay, so I'm going to.
that MBA is working for
It
you
is.
as you work on your doctoral.
You know what? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And attend those NICOM training.
you. Right.
And are going to be the first clerk certified in your position since Lisa Copeland was clerk. Thank you. As to your credentials.
Appreciate it. Adoption of the 2026 salary resolution.
I moved to take items 1 through 14 as a block vote.
Say really.
The longer I wait, the longer she'll just have to sit here.
I'm on vacation.
And? Second.
Thank you.
Okay. Roll call.
Controller Morton?
Aye.
Thank you. Council President Brown? Aye. Mayor Patterson Howard?
Aye. You should have kept that handy because you have to
I got,
read all of
I got more.
you have to read all of these, right?
No.
Okay.
Number one, salary resolution number one, minimum maximum classified CSEA. Number two, salary resolution number two, minimum maximum miscellaneous CSEA. Number three, salary resolution number three, minimum maximum school crossing guards CSEA. Number four, salary resolution number four, all department CSEA. Number five, salary resolution number five, miscellaneous CSEA. Number six, salary resolution number six, Board of Water Supply, Superintendent, Assistant, et cetera. Number seven, salary resolution number seven, Board of Water Supply Office. Number eight, salary resolution, minimum maximum classified local 456. Number nine, salary resolution number nine, all positions, city local 456. Number 10, salary resolution number 10, all positions, Board of Water Supply local 456. Number 11, salary resolution number 11, Fire Department uniform members. Number 12, salary resolution number 12, Fire Department deputy chiefs, et cetera. Number 13, salary resolution number 13, Police Department uniform members. Number 14, salary resolution number 14, appointees, city and Board of Water Supply.
So moved.
Second.
And the question? Hearing none, roll call.
Controller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
That concludes this agenda.
Any new business? Update? Where are we on our 2021 audit?
Still finishing, it's still finishing up.
Done their field testing and stuff like that already?
Yeah, they did. Now it's just a matter of some other things that they need to get. And
Okay.
I mean, there was some stuff from us too, so they should be finishing it. We anticipate January should be good. That will put us through the toughest of the years,
And then on to the easy years.
then on to the easier years.
Easier, because record keeping was, done.
Yeah, we won't have the issues with the record keeping. 2020 and 2021 were, horrific. from the standpoint of documents. And so that's why if you notice 2020 took so long. 2020 took 9 months to get completed.
The
Because
two
just
twos, two from.
how bad, not only that, just the records itself, the documentation to support some of the stuff. And then 2021 it has the issues of not having any of the revenues put in, and none of the records, none of the bank reconciliations done. So that's why that has taken so long, but we're at the tail end of it, so.
We had shredding the other day and I was going through my office and I came through a envelope from HUD. About 12 pages of, URA drawdowns that were sent back, right? And I just held them in my hand. It's like, wow, so that speaks to it. Council President Brown.
Before you do that, so we did close out the 2024
Mhm.
tax anticipation note. That was paid back. Because I know there was some concerns around whether we'd be able to pay the 6.8.
I signed that check last
That
week.
was paid. And the 7.3 was also executed Monday. So that was turned in. That is the money that's going to help us to get through January while the payments for taxes come. We are having I am having discussion with the retirement office about we are probably going to have to split the payments of the retirement. Cause if we pay the whole, how much is it, 18? The whole $18 million by February 1st, we will be in an additional cash flow issue for the first quarter. So it's gonna cause, some problems in the fact that we got to pay a little bit more on it, but we're gonna basically try to minimize that by just doing 2 payments of it rather than what we had to do my first year in 2022, which was to do a whole payment plan for several months. So that's what we're doing. That's it. I think those are the main things, right? Financially. I don't think there's anything else. We are closing out the last tax lien sale stuff. In fact, today and tomorrow are the deadlines for people who purchased the liens to come in and pay them. Yes. If everybody comes in, then we actually will have received what, $2.4 million of those taxes. We'll also have conversations with the school district about how we kind of move forward. We're gonna have to enter into another agreement with the school district for 2020, 2021, 21, 22, and February come 22, 23, right? Years to pay those off. So, but we'll continue with all our effort. Receiving that money. That's it.
We finished the payment to the IRS. For 2019.
That last payment for that. Okay, and then we'll continue with the health plan payment. We're getting them off. We're knocking them off one by one, but it's taking some time. So we just need for Council President, Daniel Brown, just this hold tight, sit still, don't move.
Literally or?
No go versus speed.
Just as a note, Comptroller, and I know we said it a few times, but we had a resident come to the last meeting. And she had, her taxes are in arrear. She said that she was told to hold off, to keep current on her taxes, and then there'll be a payment plan. You also mentioned the amnesty program, and just wanted to provide public with just a little bit more clarification. So they have 2 options, as I understand. Well, they can pursue the amnesty program, but that is a one-time payment that waives the penalties, the fees, the interest for the city. And that's one lump sum, right? And then the other option is a payment plan where they're required to put 10% down and then pay the balance over 3 years for
Depending on what classification you are.
that they fall in, right? those are the options, right? There's no, and our hands are tied by state law and what we've done, right? So I just want to make sure it's not a decision that we're making on a local level. We are tied into these things by state law. And I want to clarify, you cannot do the amnesty program and the payment plan at the same time.
No.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that was
Right.
there for the
Right.
public.
You're absolutely correct. The AMC program, they either have to do it and at this point, they get 50% off of whatever the interest is on those taxes that actually belong to the city. So what is excluded from that, from the amnesty, they would have to pay it, but they still would have to pay the whole interest and the penalties on school taxes that are for the years of 2020 through 2024. Right? They would have, if they have any of that out. Many of them don't, but if they do, they gotta pay that. We don't own it. We can't necessarily, we can't take interest off of that. That would be something that they would have to talk to the school district about if they wanted to do an amnesty for the payment stuff. So yeah, and then it's one lump sum. They have till February 2nd, I think it is, to actually make that one lump sum, right? For them. And that's that. Then there's the payment plan, which they can come in to us. And if they come in to us, we will calculate to them what the payment plan is based upon how much they owe. But they need to understand that that does not, their interest will still accrue as it goes along. But the way we worked it out, their payments, we will calculate all of that interest. So it's like with a car loan, it's not going to change in, right? So for that period of time, if it's $500 every quarter, it's going to be $500 for the 3 months, for the 3 years, for the 5 years, for the 10 years, depending on who they are. That's it. But that's all we can do. At this point, we've done everything we could possibly do as an administration, as a city, to try to get them to be able to pay it down and pay it down in ways in which it was palatable for them. At this point, there's not anything more that we can do. You said that, I'm glad you said it because you reminded me, we have, as of today, 104 properties that are now in rent, that are moving forward with foreclosure. 104. And those are the properties of people who are on the tax lien, went through the last 3 tax lien processes and did not either sell or they did not make any payments on them. So now it's a matter of a foreclosure process.
Okay, just the last thing, and I'm gonna go through this briefly because I don't want to delay the time. Was there one other thing that was supposed to be on here? I don't remember that here for the drones.
Oh, it was supposed to be on here.
What?
Where's the drone
drone.
information? It's not
This
here.
money though, is that why I didn't?
There's no money, but I
It's no,
think,
no money in the initial year, but if it is
Then they have to come back.
for renewal, if it's in the initial agreement, you don't have to come back.
Agreement though?
It was just to start the process.
The notice to proceed.
so
It's just a notice to proceed. The way it was written was to start the process.
it's a notice to proceed, and so it, year 0, as they would call this, it is no cost.
Right.
If we go into year 1, which would be a cost, it would $80,000, and then year 2, 3, 4, 5. But year 0 is
The way it was-
pilot program, the way it is written. But I still just want to make sure on the record that it is something that we are discussing, because there is no initial cost. And there is no cost to cancel it. We would cancel 30 days before. It is to be renewed. The renewal date would be based on the date that it is installed, not the date in which we sign any agreement, but it would have to also be installed. Because just like we said yes to red light cameras, they're still not up. So we have to wait until they're installed for us to be able, because I know, like you said, the ticker. So that ticker date would be based on that. But I just wanted to make sure that we did have that on the record because I wanted to execute the agreement to proceed.
But that's why it should be on this.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of dollar amount, it's a contract. It's agreement. It has to be approved by this body.
So what do we need to do? Do we add it?
Add it on.
Add it on the floor.
Add it on.
We'll add it on the floor.
You want me
To which agenda?
The first one, leave this one, it's going on the first one, agenda number one.
States that we.
Number one. It'll be number 9.
Huh?
You just want to mess up the second resolution.
I check, I see you ain't put no more money in my line.
We need a motion to add it.
Yeah, okay, so can I have the language of the,
Want me to read it?
sure.
Sure. It's a Department of Public Safety. It's an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Motorola Solutions, Inc. for a drone as a first responder.
I move to add that to agenda number 1 for today's meeting.
First.
That's item number.
It would be number 9 as an add-on under resolutions approving ordinances.
So I'll extend my motion. I move to add, the aforementioned item to agenda number 1 as item number 9. Second?
Second.
On the question? So on the question, this is a drone as a first responder program. We currently have the Aware Room, which is done in partnership with Motorola. Motorola is in partnership with Blink. Blink will provide a drone, and it will have, of course, a landing. I don't want to say, it will have a landing pad and cover for the drone. And when the drone is needed, it will be able to be dispatched from the police department. This is something that I began to look at probably about 1.5 years ago as I was going to different mayors' meetings, National League of Cities, NICOM had even put some of this information out as you're needing more kind of video as police cannot be everywhere. And because you cannot have car pursuits, we can't have cars racing through the street. Drones sometimes can get to a scene of an accident, an incident, even faster than the police car, and provide us with situational awareness. And even it can be used for the police department for situational awareness. It can be used for the fire department as well for situational awareness. It has thermal heat imaging. And so if we're having a fire and the drone is near, and of course it's a place where we don't have a vantage point, the drone actually has the ability to see into the buildings, to see heat images and know where people are, whether they're standing, whether they're firefighters, whether it's someone who's injured and needs to be rescued. It can also work with our EMS team to have situational awareness around that. One of the other things that it is very helpful for is we have people with kind of cognitive challenges, whether you're neurodivergent and we have an autistic child that walks off, or an adult. We have seniors who, or not even just seniors anymore, because it's happening to people who are younger, who are dealing with autism or Alzheimer's. We've had several incidents over the past year alone, and several over the last few years, where we've had children and adults reported missing who have wandered off from a scene or left the house, and we've had to go out and find them. And so, drones are being used in a first responder capacity to work, not to replace police or fire or EMS, but to provide, as we said, situational awareness and enhance vision into situations. And so this would be the first year, as I stated earlier, would be a pilot year, and then 5 years at 80,000, well, 79,999 per year. I have already had an initial conversation with one of our legislators who likes this and is very supportive of it. And again, we will do the pilot year. And if we like it, then we will make sure that we have funding to move forward. If we do not like it, we have the ability to cancel. And it does not require procurement. It doesn't require procurement because they are under, they're under Sourcewell. So there's already a state contract for it. And then secondly,
Your language, Madam Mayor, it was properly procured.
it was properly, okay, there we go. So it was properly procured because it already goes through Sourcewell. And then in addition to Sourcewell, we could always piggyback off of the Rockland County contract, because Rockland County went through the process as well. So it's been properly procured twice. It's been properly procured twice. And so, I mean, that's pretty much, look, it's important whether we've had store robberies. It's challenging being on the border of the biggest metropolitan area in the country, right? And being a small first tier suburb, that we have to employ all types of additional tools to help not just prevent crime, but be able to solve crime. And I definitely think this is a tool that can be helpful. I know at the council meeting, there were concerns around cameras and, would it be used to track people? Look, we are not interested in what time you leave for work in the morning and who visits your house during the afternoon. We could care less about your personal relationships and who you go to lunch with, unless it is criminal. I know, I'm just being very, very, very honest. This is when people talk about surveillance, and I don't care where you go into a store to buy food, you go into a store to buy clothes, you go into a supermarket, it is everywhere. So, facial recognition, whatever, all of those things, it is the time that we're living in. We're not here to abuse the rights of law-abiding citizens, but we are here to make it more difficult for people who do not want to be law-abiding to break the law, because we want to employ whatever tools that we can have to make sure that we can bring people who prey on people and not prey for people to justice. So that's it. Did I cover? Because I know that those were the things that were brought up at the council meeting.
Yeah, I think so.
All righty.
Just gonna read it again one more time. So this will be add-on for agenda number 1, number 9. Department of Public Safety and ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Motorola Solutions, Inc. for a drone as a first responder.
And I believe the termination clause is in like section 3.
It's all updated, but it's all in the
Okay.
1828, if anybody's interested.
All righty. Thank you. Roll call.
Controller Morton,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
Aye.
Mayor Patterson Howard.
Aye.
Okay.
So this is your last meeting, barring any catastrophic need to call a special tomorrow and call you in before 2:00 on some type of Zoom meeting. And, I want to say thank you for your 4 years of service on the council. And, it's always interesting, and I think you spoke upon it, and some people spoke upon it at the council. None of us are each other's rubber stamps, by far, but we are adults and we are mature and we know how to work through differences of opinions or differences of approach, versus perform for media and public. And so I thank you for your diligence. I thank you for your reading, right? If I don't appreciate anything else, I appreciate the fact that you read things, that you read, that you research, and that you question, right? Because that is one of the things that you definitely brought to this council is making sure that you always read the legislation, that you read up on things and you researched and you had questions. And we came back and we were able to answer those questions. And we were able to get work done. And that is not about being a rubber stamp. People have differences in opinion, they have differences in approach, and people have differences in orders of priorities. But at the end of the day, as long as the work is always focused on what is best for the city of Mount Vernon, and I think we were able to always make sure that we kept that at the forefront, right? And so I thank you for your work. As you go across the street to the court, which I have to say was probably my most favorite work, running the drug court, right? It was because I got to see transformation. You see people at the worst moments of their life when they take a plea, and then you were able to see them work through challenges and come out on the other side, and then you were able to see some people give up on themselves. But it is a very different environment. But it is a very necessary space to have justice, to have compassion, and to have accountability all at the same time. And it's balancing those things. It's balancing those things. And so welcome to your next. And go over there and soak it all up. And yeah, don't dismiss all them tickets. I just, you know, I mean, yeah, I know you're gonna be fair and you're gonna be just, but at the end of the day, if you gonna sit there and park in the wrong place and park on sidewalks and in front of fire hydrants and everything else, then pay them tickets because you don't have that behavior anywhere else. So thank you and much success. And I won't see you around this table necessarily, but we'll see you in other spaces.
Yep.
But congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I mean, 4 years have been very interesting. Because there's days where I really say, why is Danielle here? And then there are other days in which it's refreshing, to have somebody who is that detailed and that meticulous about asking for stuff. And trying to get down to really the real meat of it all, because there are some folks who sit in those positions who absolutely will call, and we sit in office looking at each other like, really? Did they not read what was sent? Like, did not read
Sure.
4 different things that were sent on it, and how many times do we got to send the same thing in a different way? So I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate the fact that you actually stayed on top of it. You asked the questions that you needed to ask. We not always agreed on things, but we always agreed on the fact that we needed to a solution. And so that's always good to have colleagues that are able to do that. These 4 years have been very, very difficult, challenging years because there was a lot of cleanup that was being done in a variety of ways. And so all that we wanted to get done did not get done, but we got a whole lot done that I think people go back and look at it and they're going to realize that there was actually some good work that was done. And, the public may not necessarily always understand everything, as well as some of the statutes may not necessarily understand everything. Sometimes we don't understand it all, right? But at the end of the day, your contributions have been valued. We actually have a procurement policy, right? Because you kind of drove that it needed to get done, right? On that. And so we worked collaboratively. It came back, but it got done. And those are the kinds of things that you got to be able to say, thank you for the stuff that you're doing. I have no doubt that you'll be an outstanding judge. I think that you have the temperament for it. 2, you have the detail to be able to do it, that which you don't know, you have the inquisitiveness to be able to learn it, right? And to do it. And those are the things that you need in order to kind of be a good judge, to be compassionate and understand it, but also be fair in the midst of doing it. So I wish you all of the best with what it is that you're going to be doing. As I continue in this role for the next 4 years, I can assure everybody that the next 4 years is not going to be the past 4 years, from my perspective on how I approach this. Because at this point in time, the stuff that we had to get through, I don't have to get through now. And now it's a matter of trying to get to that place where we can get this credit rating back and start to move forward. And so, but thank you. Congratulations. Wish you all the best. You ain't going nowhere, so worry about it.
And before you, because as he stated, the controller stated, while we didn't get everything that we wanted to get done during this time, we have accomplished some good things, right? And so having a new procurement policy, great. For really reestablishing and maybe for the first time ever, having a fully functioning HR department, great. We have adopted a staff handbook, right? That may not sound like a lot, but when you've never had one, we've I believe also maybe adopted the management tools, because there's the management tools that were sent before, and I believe adopted the comprehensive plan, which had not been done since 1968. Has been adopted. And the next step is the, revising the zoning ordinance, but that will be the next step. And when you came into office also, and the controller came into office, we had just gone through some audits through the New York State Controller's Office. And they gave us 11 recommendations at that time. And I believe that we have worked very honestly towards the recommendations, including updating and developing policies and procedures, which we've implemented, requiring interim financial and budget reports, which we've been able to do, detailed budgets based on historical results. It hasn't been fully implemented, but at the same time, if we add certain things in it, you're talking about blowing out the tax rate. Absolutely. So each year you have to make adjustments. Nothing that is so far off can be corrected. And it's something that's been off for 30 years can't be corrected even in 4. And so you have to make adjustments to make them meaningful. Multi-year financial and capital plans, it also spoke to. That is something that I know the controller's office will be working on with the council and the mayor's office. All of us will be working on that more as we go forward. But again, that happens as the audits are completed and we get a better sense of some of where we are and so far as long-term financial planning. And I'm just going through these. We have re-implemented the Capital Projects Board, something that had not really operated in 15 years. And so that's been reestablished. And that will also help with the multi-year financial planning that they've spoken about. Budget process. We had hearings this morning and that would have been adopted, but we have laid out and laid forth. We just had to make a change in 2 words. And so that is maturing again, to adjust the budget process to make it more inclusive of all of the different, groups here, the council, the controller, and the mayor's office. Because I hear people for years saying, what's the mayor's budget? It's not the mayor's budget. It is everyone's budget. It's the budget that we all have to live with, work with, and we all have a role in adopting. So it's, this gives more early input and feedback and helps us to get through the process where everyone's voice is heard. interim financial reports, and while that says it's partially implemented, the only reason it's not fully implemented is because we're still dealing with, what is it, the fund balance? And the
For the report on the fund balance.
being able to report on the fund balance, but as a council and mayor and controller, we are able to make better decisions based on the financial reports that are coming out of the quarterly financial reports and even monthly updates that are coming out of the controller's office. It's very interesting in here. It says, because people want to know why the tax rates have been higher than they historically have been in the past. And historically in the city of Mount Vernon, the budgets used about $2.5 to $3.5 million of fund balance, and 1 year, $5.5 million of fund balance. But in 2020, based on the state controller's report, they anticipate that the fund balance was minus 28, almost $29 million. So it is hard to draw from a fund balance that it is in such a deep negative space. And so, when you look at $2.5 to $3.5 million a year, you're looking, what is that, about 4 points? Sometimes, well, 750, right? So, so being able to keep it where we have without having a fund balance to bring it down, but most people won't understand that. And even if they do, they won't want to understand it. Working with independent auditors, the, controller's office is definitely working with the independent auditors, and has completed the 2016 through the 2020 audits. And he's already kind of spoken to where we are with 2021. And we know that 2022 going forward will be easier, to do. It says also reviewing OSC's accounting and reporting manual and adopting that, which we have done. So thank you to the council for working on that too, along with the controller's office. Ensure timely filing of AFRs and other financial reports. The financial reports that we can file, we're filing based on the audits that are done. And as those audits are done, we will be able to be fully compliant with that. And then the last recommendation was conducting periodic audits of all departments. And I know that the controller's office has really been focusing on the external audits and getting those caught up. And as those happen and he's able to turn some more attention, he has done audits where he's needed to, where there was a great concern. And we'll continue to do those and balance those with the external audits. But I just needed to,
But they did note too that we probably have to look at the charter too, because the way the charter reads now, it makes it seem that every year the comptroller the 19 departments. That is.
which is not sustainable.
That is not practical.
No.
So that
Under buy-in,
just has.
I mean, every 2 years you do one set 1 year, one set another year.
Should be something where the department is at least on a 3-year.
3-year cycle.
Has been audited. Period, but it should be a rotating thing, but to have the comptroller to be able to have to do an internal audit. 18 departments is
Every year.
just gonna, we need talk about staff.
You'd need a much bigger staff in order to do that.
Internal audit staff.
And then the other thing around that, controller, is doing it on a 3-year cycle does not say that if issues arise.
Right.
And there's questions around, malfeasance or whatever, that you would not be able to do it during an off year, right? And so I think I look forward to, you bringing that forward so that we could support the implementation of that. And we've brought in people from the outside, we brought in, what is it, CGR?
Yeah.
We brought in CGR and they did kind of operational audits of the law department, the building department. What else? So
Just the building, law, I think that was it.
those two departments, you've done audits of of other departments, urban renewal, water, IDA, all of the departments go through audits. They may just not do departmental audits, but they're involved in the citywide audit. So, I want to say in the last 4 years, on your last meeting, that the recommendations that you walked into the office inheriting and you walked into the office inheriting, we've been able to get through a lot of them. And whatever we haven't completed is partially implemented and we're moving in the right direction. I just want to say thank you. And thank you.
Okay, well,
And and you'll be sworn in again. Can't run.
someday.
Can't run away. Be sworn in again and congratulations on your next.
Thank you, thank you.
Swearing in is,
January 15th, 6:30 in the city council chambers. But yeah, I want to thank you both. Well, everybody in the room. I think law department, finance, procurement, not here, but Madam Mayor, Madam Controller, I think I know firsthand the difficulty of getting this work done. And the amount of, I think, attacks that you have to take that are often aren't founded. You definitely have to be mentally tough. And I think you all have shown that. And I think, as you both have said, while we don't always agree, we always had the city's best interests in mind, right? And I just pray that as the council move forward and the BOE moves forward, that collaboration can continue, and that we don't step backwards in that space at all.
Oh, we will not.
And
Mark my words, on December 30th, we will not.
I think there was a lot of catch up and a lot of damage that was done to the city that I think you all, had to dig us out of. And it's going to take some time to get the right foundation to make sure that things are moving forward institutionally, like the progress continues institutionally. I think sometimes we get new leadership in and everything that was done before that helped the city kind of goes by the wayside. But by establishing processes and procedures, I'm seeing that there is, the foundation that we need to continue and to function as operating a city. I think our working relationship has definitely grown over the last 4 years. I think we know the
We
conversation.
did everything but move furniture.
That is.
And when people don't understand move furniture, we move furniture because we fight. We did everything but move furniture.
Yep. But yeah, I think, it's hard work, and I think people take for granted how hard the work is and how much, there's red tape and things. But I think this board has tried to keep it transparent. I think you can't watch this meeting honestly and say that we're rubber stamps, because there's often times that I'll ask a question and you can see the facial expressions, right?
Mhm.
That, like, come on, right? But I think it's good, that we're able to hold each other accountable and not take it personal. So I thank you all for the collaboration, and I won't be going anywhere. I'm just across the street, so I'm sure I'll see everyone around, and I'm just rooting for the city to continue moving forward.
So, ma'am,
Oh, I moved to adjourn this meeting.
second.
roll call.
Controller Board,
Aye.
Council President Brown,
If I knew how to cartwheel, I would.
Mayor Fowler,
Aye. And it couldn't just be a cartwheel, it'd have to be a cartwheel split.
Oh.
That's the Mount Vernon way.
Nope, don't try it.
Half the year running their route.
That's when you were in high school.
Those days have long passed.
Meeting is adjourned at 4:07. Everyone, please continue to enjoy the Kwanzaa season. Have a happy new year. Be safe. Let's not be silly, right? Silly moves, play silly games, win stupid prizes. So, go out and know how to have good time for New Year's without violating laws or putting you or others in harm's way. And we will prayerfully see you all on the other side. God bless. Meeting is
Happy New
adjourned.
Year.